everybody, welcome back to Little Rocky Top Homestead. Today I'm going to do a garden tour for you. So today is the July 1st, and so let's just get started. Okay, so first thing I'm going to show you are my long beans. I will put up the official name of these on screen for you, but these have been a favorite of mine in our family for a few years now. This will be my third year growing them. Well, let me show you how they're doing. So these beans here were all volunteer from last year. So they were just kind of going everywhere. And last night I had Kyle help me put in this trellis, and we kind of wrapped them all up there so they have somewhere to go. And then these ones were intentional. So you can see some are still kind of going a little haywire. And I got a weed, of course, but here are my long beans. And I will show you how long some of them are already. This is a bean. If you've never seen this type of green bean before, look at that. This is when I would pick it. Maybe a little bit smaller. You don't want it too hard. I'd like them to get a little bit thicker than this though. But you can pick them at this stage. But I have got beans coming on all over this plant. Okay, so something I have learned about growing these for like 3 years now is that they do take longer to produce after you initially plant the seed. It seems like it just takes it a while before you get to the actual bean. It's not as bad as some could be, but you will just have to have patience with this one because these beans just came on maybe a week ago, and all of this is already up here. So they will like to climb and spread and take their area before they really start producing their beans. That's been my experience. Yours could be different, I don't know. But these are some of my favorites. So they're really good because obviously you can take one bean and cut this dude up and have a whole lot versus picking a whole bunch of bush beans. I do love bush beans. These are my favorite. Okay, so our next thing I'm going to show you will be my honey nut squash. So if you've been watching for a little bit, you know I've been having problems with squash and squash bugs, and I feel like I've been taking good care of the squash bugs. I've been picking them very frequently, but every once in a while I'd have a squash plant that just dies out of nowhere, and my honey nuts have been the only ones to survive, but now all their leaves have turned yellow. Some are still green and look good, but a lot of the plant here, as you can see, it looks like it's just dying. I don't know what's going on, but I'll show you this honey nut. Okay, so the honey nut. This is basically a miniature butternut squash. I think they're a little bit sweeter, and it's basically portioned out for one person, so you can each have your own squash. But they will turn a golden color when they're ready, and I'm just fingers crossed that these suckers turn ripe before the plant dies, because I don't know what else I can do about this plant. It does have quite a few on it, so some are little, kind of stunted. But I grew these one time. Oh, I'm going to show you this bug before I murder it. That's an adult blister beetle right there. All right, sorry about that. Anyways, that would be a blister beetle. and they are the worst thing in the world. They can touch you and cause massive blisters just from touching you. So when I see one of those, I have to take care of it ASAP. Also just caught some squash bugs. I have a pitcher in my garden that is for my bug disposal. Anyways, honey nut squashes. I don't know if they're gonna live. I don't know kind of what's going on with them. I've honestly been struggling with squashes lately, it feels like. To the point where I don't know if I even want to grow them next year. So I might just buy squash from somebody instead of trying to plant all this and then it dies over and over. So I don't know, we'll see. But honey nuts are super cute. They're coming on great. I just hope the plant lives to finish them out. We're going to continue down the row here to cucumbers. This will be another honey nut. Cucumbers. From way back here to the end of my trellis, sorry, someone shot off a firework, is cucumber, and they are taking over my walkway as well. I have to keep pushing them back. But they are doing so good. I actually picked 19 cucumbers yesterday and canned some bread and butter pickles. I'm so excited about that. Let's see if I can show you one. I came through and picked quite a bit. So right there's a good sized one. Okay, I am surrounded by honeybees. They are all in here just buzzing around. You can't hear them, but it's my cucumbers. They are just climbing and doing so good. I will also put the name of them on screen because I can't pronounce it, so I just call them JS cucumbers. It's a long name and I can't pronounce it, but anyways, they put off some really decent sized fruit. Here it is. So I knew I saw one just a while ago. Okay. So, I mean, I had a coffee cup. So like these are some good sized cucumbers. And obviously you can pick them younger if you would like them to be smaller. I know a lot of people come through and they pick the babies and, you know, pickle those as the sweet little baby pickles, or they pick them like this size. I don't know if you can see that, but where they're about that big around, so that way they're more uniform. But these, I do let them get bigger because I like just having more cucumber than not. So anyways, really good. Picked 19 yesterday, canned, oh geez, 8 quarts of bread and butter pickles, and then it was 6 pints, but I did have 1 jar break on me, so it ended up being 5 pints of bread and butter pickles. The next thing I'm wanting to can will be relish and some dill pickles, and then I'll be done and have all my pickles done for the year because we don't go through them that fast, you know. Last year I only had enough cucumbers to do 2 quarts of bread and butter pickles. That was all I could do, and they were so good, so I wanted to make sure I had plenty this year. But last year I only had one cucumber plant grow. The other ones got taken out. This here is about five together. One more mature, and then I had 4 over here that were younger that I put in there that all took off. So it's quite a bit, and my honey nut is trying to come in through it on the other side here. Okay, so now I'm gonna step back in here and we will continue on. Okay, so I was out here last night and I actually planted some herbs that I went ahead and bought from Tractor Supply. Because I was just having problems. I mean, I have basil coming up all over the place. I guess I need to show you that too. I'll show you along with the other herbs. But I went ahead and planted it, and I'm very excited because I love herbs, and last year I didn't have any, well, except for basil. But this year I have some. Okay, so actually in between all of my cucumber mess down here, I have basil growing quite a bit. Because there's more, I don't know if you can see it, down in there. And then I have this basil over here with my carrots. So I only planted a few of those and the rest is all volunteer. So now I'll show you what I planted from Tractor Supply. So I put a dill in here, another dill. Here is a curly parsley. I absolutely love parsley and it grows so well in the colder weather. I think the first year I grew it, it was snowing outside and my parsley was loving it. So it lasts a very long time. Then over here I have oregano. Very excited about, recently fallen in love with oregano. So, and then I planted a rosemary. Okay, so I have been told that rosemary comes back every year if you take care of it properly. So I think I have to cover it up in the winter time. And hopefully next year this will come back. And I know rosemary can get really big, so I'm hoping it just kind of takes up this whole corner. So the next thing we're gonna look at is my carrots. Okay, so this is not a carrot. Don't let that fool you. That is a weed. But I have 2 rows of carrots here. Here and here. Some of these are getting really, really tall. Let's see. I think this one is, yeah, they're really close, so those aren't going to be big carrots. That's a little one, but we can check on it. Oh, that's not pet size at all. You see that? That's not bad. Cover him back up. So, once again, I will put the name of these carrots on the video because I can't remember their name. These carrots are the kind that is supposed to be purple on the outside and orange on the inside. So I'm very, very excited about that. I was gonna plant some regular orange carrots as well, but I decided just to do all this kind, which is fine. This is quite a few carrots. Definitely a lot more than I planted last year. I'm thinking for next year, I might want to do this entire center row carrots because I love carrots. I could eat carrots every single day. So, I think that would just be great. It looks crazy because it just looks like weeds, but it is carrots. And actually, they're kind of dual purpose because you can eat the carrot, but also the tops you can use like parsley because they have a parsley flavor to them. So you can use them for soups and just whatever you want to do with it. You can make carrot top pesto. So that would be something I would like to try. I've never done it before, but I have a lot of carrot tops. So when it comes harvesting time, maybe I'll be making some of that. I'm excited about it. Back up to the top here where all my herbs are because tomato. So I did not plant this tomato. This is a volunteer. Its actually roots are way over there and it's fallen over. But looky here. Looky here. I've got little tomatoes. This is where I had my cherry tomato last year. So that's what this is. Very excited about that. I did not want to have tomatoes in my raised bed this year, but they had other plans and I could have ripped them out, but I'd rather have them. I mean, if they're gonna grow, I'm gonna let them grow. Same thing with over here. Tomato. I haven't seen any actual tomatoes yet. Oh, yep, there it is. So this is a spoon tomato. I was hoping that this would be a cherry tomato or maybe another variety, but it is a spoon tomato. And I like spoon tomatoes. It's just the plant itself goes crazy. So that would be a spoon tomato, and it's all over. It's a bush. Spoon tomato plants turn into bushes. That's what this is as well. This is where I had, well actually they were like right here, but this is where I had my spoon tomato last year. And I heard that once you plant a spoon tomato, you have spoon tomatoes for forever because they keep coming back. So just to talk a little bit about spoon tomatoes, they fully mature about the size of a pea, maybe a little bit larger, but they are tiny, tiny tomatoes. And they are so full of flavor. You would not expect that from a tiny tomato. You might not think that they're worth growing because you can't really do anything with them, like can them or cut them up because they're so small. But they are perfect to put into salads or pasta salads, or like for little kids to come out and pick and pop them in their mouth. They're a good snack. They're a good snacking tomato. And they are so full of flavor. Put one in your mouth and it just bursts with tomato flavor. You wouldn't think that, but they're really, really good. They just, you gotta prune the plants majorly if you want to have any kind of structure. I have not. I did not last year and I had a tomato bush. I have not this year and I have tomato bushes. So it's the reason I did not want to have tomatoes in my raised bed this year, is because last year I had this whole side tomatoes and then I had spoon tomatoes in the middle, and they just combined with each other, and it was just a tomato jungle. It was crazy. Anyways, those are my volunteer tomatoes. I also have one more down here, and I don't think I have found any tomatoes on it yet, but let's go look and maybe we can see what kind of tomato this is. Okay, I am pretty stoked. Do you see that tomato? All right, is that the only one? It's the only one I've seen so far. So I just found this guy. I do believe that's either going to be an Amish paste or a Hungarian heart. We'll have to see. I'm stoked about that. Holy cow. I was really hoping to be a bigger variety and not a spoon tomato or cherry tomato. Yes, I'm so happy. All right, this guy, I'm going to have to stake him up somehow because that's going to be heavy. Another thing that I did not show though was I have bok choys interplanted throughout that whole row. I planted them there and they did really good, and I've been harvesting them, but some of them have gotten just completely covered by the squash plants and the cucumbers, so I've just let them be. So now I'm going to show you my purposeful tomatoes. Okay, so starting off up here, this is our first tomato. And I'll show you this guy. There's another one right behind it. To be honest with you, I can't remember what one this is because I believe this was Hungarian heart. But see, I also planted tomatoes in those 2 tubs, but they died out. So this could, I don't know. This could be an Amish paste, but it's kind of striped. So I'm not entirely sure because the stripes are what's throwing me off. but it's doing good. I've been having to tie them up to the trellis, which I need to tie some more. I've been using a cut up t-shirt. You can see that there as my tie. This one is a German pink. It has the potato leaves. And I don't see any tomatoes on it yet. But it does have blossoms everywhere, so hopefully we'll see a tomato soon. And here is marigolds. These are dwarf marigolds. They have not bloomed yet. I do have some that have. And then this would be another German pink because it has the potato leaves. And once again, I'm not seeing any tomatoes just yet. I gotta cut down some of these weeds here. That was the tiny one. He keeps coming back every time we get water. Like when it rains. Oh. Okay. Do you see that? Those look like eggs that have hatched. Okay. Don't know what that is, but... And then that was just a cutting I stuck in there. I don't know. It's not gonna do nothing, it looks like. But over here we have more dwarf dwarf marigolds. There's one that has bloomed beautifully. And here's a little guy. But this should be my Amish paste. So that one in the raised bed should be an Amish paste to look like this. Because I knew that was an Amish paste and this one was, because I thought it was hilarious how differently they looked and being the same tomato. So that's what that is. I don't see any more on it right now, but I mean, it's got the blooms, so we will see. Then here is the next one. It's kind of going this way, but I do believe that these are my Cherokee purples. They kind of have that darker top on them, which you can see there. Over here as well, more marigolds, and same variety of tomato. These ones have kind of like angled up towards each other. I'm on the other side of the trellis to show you. There's 3 down there. And that one, yeah. Okay. Oop. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you, I just discovered yesterday. So I came out here and I weed-eated this. If you're not new here, you knew what this looked like. If you are new here, it was like that. So anyways, I came out here and I weed-eated it down, which was a hassle. I gotta get new weed eater string. I had to stop like 10 times. But okay, so I have volunteer watermelons and I found 2 baby watermelons. Look, what? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I am so excited. This is like tennis ball size, I would say. So I have one there and I have one, is it over here? No. Let me find it because I know there's 2. Oh, right here. Look. Look at that baby watermelon. Oh my gosh. I'm so stoked about the baby watermelons. Because these plants are not that big. And they already have babies on them, so I'm kind of shocked about that. So that is my garden up here. I mean, I had blackberry bushes at the end. I'll show you. It's a garden tour. I'll show you. Okay, so here are the blackberries. Holy cow. Someone needs to come pick these suckers. But these are tame. There's no thorns on these, so the man who lived here before had to have planted these. not naturally get thornless blackberries here. Some of these are huge though. Holy cow. You see that? That dude's massive. And of course, you know, I have my wild blackberries out in the field. I have the other blackberry bushes over there, but I'm not going to show you those because those are not part of the garden tour. So, but what is, I'm going to take you down to my mom's where I have my second garden at and show you it. I know I've been mentioning it for a while, but I want to do a full garden tour, and it wouldn't be a full garden tour if I didn't show you all of my gardens. We have arrived at my mom's house for the garden tour. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna save the best for last, okay? So I'm not gonna show you over there. I will show you my watermelons, and we will see if we can find a baby watermelon. Watermelon. ASMR, watermelon. Anyways, another watermelon and another watermelon. So these have about 2 seeds in each. So there's about 2 plants coming off here. I don't think we have any babies just yet. This sucker is spreading out. Okay, so you see how big this is? This is why I was really surprised that my watermelons at home have watermelons on them already, because they are way smaller than these ones. Oh, guys, look. Look. Oh my gosh, it's a baby watermelon. Dixie, get back. Get back. Dixie. Fender? No. Okay, so there's a baby watermelon. Okay. I'm not seeing any ones there. Ah, June bugs. I can't stand June bugs. Fun fact. Baby watermelon. This one is significantly bigger than the others. So let's see. Okay, look, little bitty baby watermelon. But let's see if there's any. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Look at that guy. Look at that! Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Hopefully you know what I'm referencing. I'm not just being dumb. Is there any more? Okay, I don't think so on that one. Let's look. Okay, I don't see any more right now. So, very, very exciting. Oh my gosh. So I did have a watermelon planted here, but something kept digging it up constantly. So there's just no watermelon there. And I threw marigold seeds down around all these on the off chance they took. I don't know if they did or not. There's my watermelon patch at my mom's. And then, do you remember that I planted corn? If you don't, I don't blame you. It looks pretty poor. I'll show you. There's the corn. Yeah, it just looks like tall grass. I promise it's corn. And I know it's really light colored, so I just fertilized it a few days ago. So I really don't think this is going to produce anything, to be honest with you, because they're very far apart that popped up. Not all of those seeds popped up because I planted more than what's up there. Okay, so now time for the good part. The part I'm so excited about. Onions, garlic, and beans. Beans. Okay, so I don't think I showed you guys that I planted beans down here. I did this not too long ago. You can see I have 4 rows here, something dug up part of these. This is the issue with planting at my mom's house. One, I forget the garden's here and I forget to come up here and water it. So sometimes my mom waters it for me. 2, I don't have any fencing around any of this. So cats, not my mom's cats, but neighbors' cats that come up here and stuff, come up here and they dig into my things and they poop in it and do cat stuff. So that's why these beans got pulled out and some of them over there got dug out. But anyways, these beans that I planted here, these are red swan bush beans. So these should be red beans. And I don't know if they're going to turn green when you cook them like purple beans do. I've never grown these before, so I'm excited to find out. Also, never grown garlic before. Looks awfully small, so I'm not sure if this is actually gonna be making any heads or not, because every time I've seen other people's garlic, it looks a lot bigger. So we'll see. Like I said, I've never grown garlic before. And also I know most people grow them from fall to spring, but this said you could plant it now and have it by fall time. So we'll see. This one looks probably the best right now, honestly. But my onions, holy cow, look at them. I am so stoked about these onions, you guys. Stoked. Never grown them before. But they're huge. I've been checking on them. Look at that. Look at that. Stoked, stoked. Absolutely stoked. Yeah. So some of these are bulbing up a little bit. Nothing real big. Here, yeah, let me show you this guy. Look at that. That's an onion, you guys. That is an onion. Genuine onion. That's in a hard spot. Yeah, oh my gosh, look. Shadow. He says, yes, onions, yes. So that is my little garden bed down here. I really pour corn and watermelons. I have watermelons on them. I'm stoked. So that will be, I do believe that's the conclusion of the garden tour. Well, I didn't show you my strawberry beds, but you've seen those. I'll show you another time. I'm pretty happy. If you might notice, I don't have any pepper plants. All my pepper plant starts died out. So I might try to plant some now and see if anything pops up. I think I'm gonna go a little crazy and plant a lot of things now, even though it's July 1st. Oh, before I leave, let me show you my idea, okay? So, sorry if you hear my shoes flip-flopping. Okay, so my dad's gonna do me a favor, I think. All of this right here, it was disced up with a mower, and then I only got that stuff down there planted, and then this took over with grass again. And our tiller is broken, and my mom's big tiller, I don't know, it needs something done with it, but her little tiller is electric, and I can't do this with a little electric tiller. So I'm gonna have my dad disc all this up again, and I think I'm gonna plant pumpkins and turn that whole end into a pumpkin patch. And they might not be done by Halloween. Like, I think they'll be in November if I plant them now, but that's fine. I don't even like pumpkins. I just think they're cute, and I like to have them for decoration, and people eat pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving, so I think it'll be fine. that's my plan. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but anyways, I'm gonna go back home. I am tired, and it's actually like 69 degrees out, so it's really nice outside. But I would like to go back home. So I'm gonna leave, and thanks for watching my garden tour. I know it's really, really long, but I wanted to kind of talk about everything and show you all of it in one video instead of trying to do that in every single little video I do. I wanted to have one dedicated to showing you my garden. Okay, so that will be this is July 1st. That's what everything's looking like at July 1st. We will check back for too long. Maybe do another big garden tour like this middle of July and then end of July. Maybe we can do that like 3 times a month, a full length garden tour. Other than that, just be the short vlogs that I've been doing. Look forward to some canning videos coming up. Yesterday I canned a lot. I didn't film any of it because it was just, I had my daughter at home. You know how it is with toddlers when you're trying to do something. So I will probably film the next time I can, and I'm home alone. So we'll look forward to that. And thanks for watching. If you're new here, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.